All right, Shalom Yasharala. Before we get started, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the four elect. Back another video, another lesson. Lord willing, is quick through the spirit. But the title of this one is going to be called "War is in His Heart." All right, and it's going to come from the recent, statements of Donald Trump, the president of the United States, saying he wants to take over Greenland. You're right, and that's how I got this article from ABC News. Trump again says we need Greenland after Danish officials outline fundamental disagreements. All right, it says President Donald Trump again stressed his aim of acquiring Greenland on Wednesday, shortly after top Danish officials met with Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio at the White House. Danish Foreign Minister Lars Loke Rasmussen told reporters the discussion was frank and constructive, but that fundamental disagreements remain as Trump's intentions were communicated bluntly. It's clear that the president has this wish of conquering over Greenland, he said. Rasmussen called that outcome totally unacceptable. According to Rasmussen, a high-level working group has been created to explore if we can find a common way forward. He said he expected the group will meet for the first time in a matter of weeks. The group, in our view, should focus on how to address the American security concerns while at the same time respecting the red lines of the Kingdom of Denmark, Rasmussen said alongside Greenland's Foreign Minister Vivian Motzfeldt. I just want to skim through this. I'll read right here. It says, "We have a very good relationship with Denmark, as you know. We'll see, but It says, we'll see, but we're doing the Golden Dome." See, you know about the Golden Dome. It's similar to the Israel's Iron Dome, which it tells you in this article. It says we're doing a lot of things, and we really need it, Trump said. Trump earlier this year unveiled plans for a $175 billion U.S. missile defense shield, similar to Israel's Iron Dome. See, and you can read the rest if you want. But he wants to take over Greenland, for military measures. But I got this video pulled up real quick. All right, this from TikTok, but let's listen into it.
Donald Trump has just ordered the U.S. military to prepare for action against Greenland. Yes, within the next few hours, the United States could potentially launch military operations in Greenland. After this order, tensions between Europe and America have dramatically escalated. Denmark has openly warned Washington. If the U.S. carries out any operation in Greenland, Denmark will retaliate. Danish forces have begun deploying additional troops to the island and placed all units on the highest level of alert. NATO has now stepped in. The alliance has announced full and unwavering support for Denmark. France has gone even further. France has reportedly deployed a nuclear submarine near Greenland, a direct warning to Washington. Germany has also backed Denmark, promising military and logistical support. The United Kingdom has joined Denmark as well. Despite massive backlash, Trump is standing his ground. He says the U.S. must take Greenland because it is critical to American security. Trump claims Greenland is surrounded by Russian and Chinese warships, and if the U.S. does not act, China or Russia could take control. In the end, we pray for peace.
See that? So Russia, Trump wants to take over, Greenland, right? And that's could cause, all-out war, which war is in his heart anyway. Let's get Psalms 55. Psalms 55 and 21. Let's read that real quick. It says, at 20, it says, "He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords." So his words they talk a good game. These Edomites, they know how to, word is finesse. They know how to, talk good. That's why it says that his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And we know that word heart get it real quick. In the Hebrew is lab, which means inner man, mind, will, heart, understanding. So your heart is your mind. Now that your actual heart pumps blood, you see, but your heart is your mind. That's why, you know, in Mark and Matthew, Yahweh Shai, he went into the, you know, when he was going around on the Pharisees on traditions, he spoke about the inner man, the thoughts. He's speaking out your mind, your heart. But let's get some. Matter of fact, let's get Revelation 17 and 16, because now the beast is coming up against the, you know, America. You know, it says Revelation 17 and I start at 15. It says, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Which is speaking of America. This is the whore the whore speaking of America, right? It says, the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. You see that? And you see all these their alliances. Is America's allies are turning on America. They're looking at her, you know, sideways, like they're looking at her very, very iffy, like, because of the things that they're doing. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall burn, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. You see, so eventually America's allies are going to turn on her, because America's only doing the bidding of, you know, Israel. They're trying to protect Israel, let's just say the land of Israel, or the state of Israel. You know, they send them money. You know, if they go to war, they'll have to step in and take action. You see? Let's get Jeremiah 50. Let's read that. This is Jeremiah 50 and what I got, 29. And it reads, excuse me. And it says, call together the archers against Babylon. Babylon is America. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done, do unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord, Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord God of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. You see that? So those going to kindle a fire in the streets of Babylon. Eventually, the Lord's going to put the spirit on these other nations. He's going to put it in their minds to shoot their missiles on America, man, and America's going to be totally destroyed. You see, because America has to go. You know, it's number full of harlotry, witchcraft. You know, all the philosophies and ideologies they spill out is nothing but wickedness. You know, now don't get me wrong, America is a beautiful country. You know, if you go to, you know, you see the Oregon and, you know, parts of the Midwest and parts, you know, even in the cities, New York. You know, America is a beautiful country, but the people who rule over this place, they have to be taken out of power, man. People they only don't not only rule over America, they rule over the whole world. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. So they're gonna, you know, make these laws and have people commit, especially us, the children of Israel. They're gonna have our people, you know, commit sins against the Lord, and then try to blame it on us. Let's get this last one, Psalm 64 and 3. So like I got the TV on. This is Psalm 64. I started verse 1. Hear my voice, O power, and my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword. The word wet means sharpen. Wet, right? To sharpen, wet. You see, to sharpen, to teach, to pierce. It says to prick, sharpen, teach diligently, wet. So it says to who whet their tongue like a sword, and bear their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. And who is that talking about? The children of Israel. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? That's why they go to these different summits and they had these different meetings in private. You know, over in Davos, Switzerland. You know, over in Europe somewhere. You know, the World Economic Forum. G this summit, G that summit. You know, they had these different meetings behind closed doors to lay snares and traps to the people, especially to the children of Israel, man, because they're coming with a new plan and a new system. That's what they're getting ready to set up. You see, and this is just part of it. You know, trying to take over. You know, this is in their DNA. Salakia got cut off, but yeah, that really pretty much was it. You know, this is what they're this is their plan to do. You know, this is they're setting up for the new world order. That's why they, like I said before, they get these secret meetings. They come together and they think of different ways to snare the people, especially the children of Israel. You know, so hey, that's pretty much it on that. You know, Lord willing, you was edified by it. We don't give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders, a great millstone, the teaching every well, and you brothers out there. Peace and citation to the hopeful elect. Lord will use edified, and Lord will be back with another one soon. To the number say, Shalom.